Hi guys, this is Karan here from Headphone Zone. So over the past couple of weeks, you guys have been requesting us to compare a bunch of products in the comment section of our videos. So we thought we'd start this comparison series, and in this first video of the series, I'll be comparing the Apple dongle with the Venture Electronics Abigail. So let's get started. Alright, so one of the most frequently asked questions on our videos in the comment section is what type C dongle DAC should I opt for if I'm using Android phone, or what dongle DAC should I opt for if I'm using the iPhone? Now the answer to that question is very simple. If you're in the Apple ecosystem and if you're using an Apple iPhone, the Apple dongle, which is the Lightning to 3.5 dongle, is the most easiest way to connect your IEMs to your phone and start listening to music in lossless quality. Now this device is fairly easy to use. You plug this into your iPhone, you connect your IEMs onto the 3.5 output, and you're good to go. Now this particular device measures well in every single aspect. The frequency response of this dongle is phenomenal. It's completely flat. The SNR rating, the signal to noise ratio, is really low. The distortion is almost inaudible, and literally this is one of those dongles that is a no frills device. You connect this and you're gonna get good sound out of this no matter what. Now, although having said that, this particular dongle DAC lacks in one aspect, which is the power. You really cannot drive a lot of power hungry headphones connected to this, but what I do use this for, or what I do recommend using this for, is using it with IEMs. Now, because of the measurements, when you connect an IEM, you will literally not hear any hiss, any noise, even when you're not playing music. So this is something that I personally use, and this is something that I personally recommend to all iOS users or someone using an iPhone. Alright, so now for Android users, what I personally recommend, and I know a lot of my friends use this, I would suggest going for the Venture Electronics Abigail, and it offers the same plug-and-play connectivity like the Apple dongle. Now what this does is basically you connect this onto your Android device and you connect your IEMs onto the 3.5mm output. Now this is a fairly clean sounding DAC, and this is one of those dongle DACs that offers a no frills operations. Now this is something that will work with most Android phones without having to go into your settings and enabling the USB debugging mode or the USB OTG mode, and this is one of the most popular and personally my pick if I were to go for something in the entry-level dongle DAC space. Alright, so how do these compare against each other? So let me start off with Apple dongle. Like I mentioned, this thing measures well, measures really good. It has low distortion, it has low SNR values, and a fully flat frequency response. And this particular device also is on par with the Apple dongle. Now where this will be differentiated is if you're in the Apple ecosystem and you go for the Lightning to 3.5, you will really get a nice output level. Basically, you will not have to go above that 60 to 70% range, and this is something that I feel very comfortable listening to. Like, you'll get the best out of your IEMs. Now on this particular device, the Abigail, this is also something which offers a lot of power, but what I have observed when I'm using this on my friends' Android phones is you may have to give this a little bit more juice, but the clarity levels, the signal to noise ratio, the frequency response is really very good. Alright, so the only difference in terms of the technical or the internals of these devices is I'm not really aware what DAC chip the Apple dongle uses, but the Abigail uses a Synaptics DAC chip, and that's something that a lot of people have used and prefer using on their Android phones. Now another thing that differentiates both of these is the Apple dongle, the output is capped at 24 bits 48 kilohertz. So basically what that means is you are going to be able to listen to lossless music on this, but if you're someone who has a lot of high-res albums or prefer listening to high-res music, this is not going to be able to play that. All your high-res tracks will basically be downsampled to 48 kilohertz, and that's what you'll be hearing. Now with the Abigail from Venture Electronics, that is not a problem. That Synaptics DAC chip allows you to play 32 bits 384 kilohertz of music. So that basically means you'll be able to listen to high-res music on this without it being downsampled or without it being altered in any way possible. So if you're someone who's listening to high-res music on Android devices and are looking for an entry-level amp and DAC, Venture Electronics Abigail is the way to go. And if you're someone who's on the Apple ecosystem and you're alright with listening to lossless quality music, the Apple dongle definitely is the way to go. Now another thing that I want to mention, that you get the Apple dongle in a Type-C variant as well, but what we've observed is when you use that Type-C dongle with an Android phone, the output levels drastically reduces. So that's something to keep in mind. Alright, so another aspect that I want to compare these two dongle DACs is that in the build quality. Now the Apple dongle is a little bit flimsy. It comes with that plastic standard Apple cable, and the connectors are also made of plastic. Now you can see out here I've used a cable protector to just extend the lifespan of this particular device. That's something to keep in mind. Now where the Abigail shines is in the build quality. The connectors are made of aluminum, the cable is braided, and even the cables used are basically 8-core cables, which is much higher than the Apple dongle, and I particularly feel that they've done a really good job with the build quality. Alright, so what is my take on both of these dongles? My take is very simple. If you're in the Apple ecosystem and if you're okay compromising on that 24-bit 48 kilohertz output cap, I think the Apple dongle is definitely the way to go. I personally use it, and I'm someone who's usually looking for new music, new artists, and knowing that I know that not a lot of new music is coming out in high-res format, so I'm alright using the Apple dongle. But if you're someone who's using an Android phone and if you're looking for an entry-level amp and DAC, I think the Abigail is a great place to start. It offers you the ability to play high-res music. It has got great build quality, and I think it has got everything going to get you started with your audiophile journey. Alright, so that was it for today. If you'd like to try both of these dongle DACs for yourself, you're more than welcome to our experience studio here in Mumbai. And if you're not from Mumbai, you can catch us at a Headphone Connect event happening at a city near you. This is it for today. I'll see you in the next one.